Hello, I'm so glad you clicked on today's video. I'm going to share with you just a bunch of meal prep that I did yesterday morning, which was Sunday morning, early. Like, I think I started at like 6:20 or so. Just got out of bed because my baby got me up. And instead of working out like I normally do first thing in the morning, I said, you know what, I'm gonna take this time and meal prep. She was sitting in her high chair, she was eating some food. We kind of made it a family thing. You're not gonna see my family, but I just wanna share with you what I do for my weeks as a new mom who works full time, who really tries to set herself up to, like, my future self is always patting me on the back, if you will. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know if you like when I do everything together, when I do grocery haul, meal plan, and meal prepping. Today is just my meal prep and my meal plan for the week. This is not all I meal prep for the week, by the way. I usually do some on Sunday mornings and then some on Wednesday mornings. Again, just to set myself up for the week, and I go off of every week's meal plan. Stay tuned for the end of the video because I am sharing my full meal plan for the week. Hi friends, Happy New Year once again. But if you missed my last video, Happy New Year. I'd love to hear from you down below. What are you making this week? So for starters, I always make sure to prep a full breakfast. You're going to see in today's video, I'm doing more like essentials to add on to meals. I will go over my entire meal plan at the end. But I always make sure to try to prep a full breakfast. That way we have something to grab quickly in the morning and go. We don't have to worry about it. And then for the essentials, I know my weeks, how they're going to kind of fluctuate with my schedule, my husband's schedule. And so I will kind of meal plan accordingly, whether I do just like the essentials, whether I'm making just like the carbs on the side or the proteins on the side that we can throw together, or, you know, if I'm making a full meal that we can either pull out of the fridge or the freezer and have later in the week. Hopefully that makes sense. You'll kind of understand if you're kind of a little bit lost once I go over my full meal plan. So I started with getting the things in the oven that take the longest first. Both of these took, I think the potatoes took 45 minutes. The broccoli took like 30 minutes. Yes, you can roast frozen broccoli. It's one of my favorite things. And I found out, because my daughter has not had broccoli yet, she loves it. She was crushing it. In case you're curious, for the strawberries, I didn't rinse them or cut them or anything. I just put them in a storage container with paper towels to keep them the longest, because I am using these for BLW, baby led weaning, and you don't want to do either for that, if that makes sense. So just in case you're curious, like, why didn't she cut these or slice these? This is just a storage. I'm so excited to share with you guys that I'm working with Gem, and I have been enjoying these so much. I shared in my most recent video, I believe, that my goal for 2025, my word of the year, I've never done a word of the year before, but I want to do simple goals. My word of the year / goal is intentional. I want to be intentional with everything I do. And with my nutrition, my workouts, mom life, working, home life, wife, everything that I am, I want to be intentional. And so I wanted to share with you how I'm being intentional with just a little bit of my nutrition along with my meal prep and planning for this week. I have always wanted to include almost every single ingredient that Gem offers on the Citrus Ginger Gem Bite, but the two main components I wanted to add into my new year for 2025 is turmeric and pepper. Why? Because they are supposed to really help joint health. After I had my baby, immediately I noticed that she like sucked all of the collagen or something out of my joints. My joints now really hurt. Talked to my doctors about it. They said it's super common. Sometimes it can take a year to 18 months, and they actually told me to take turmeric and black pepper, but I want to do it in a way that is digestible, not just in a pill form. This makes me feel better about how I do it. Gem is offering a special deal on your first month. Go to dailygem.com/flourishing and use my code flourishing at checkout. Go ahead, It's linked right below in the description box for easy access. Don't forget to use my code FLOURISHING at checkout. Let's jump back into the meal prep. Next, I am making pancakes. Now, these are for baby-led weaning, but I'll be honest, anybody can eat these. But I do thoughtfully prep things now for my daughter as well, since she eats 3 meals a day with us. Sometimes she has snacks. I want to have things on hand that she can have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, because there's no food rules. She can eat whatever she wants, whenever she wants. Pancakes are just not for breakfast. What I did here is I took a banana and then I took a 1/4 cup of her oatmeal and then added a 1/4 cup of my oatmeal. She seems to like the texture of my oatmeal better, but I want to use her oatmeal up. It is like the organic oatmeal that you can buy for babies. It's just finely ground. I honestly shouldn't even have bought it. I should have just used mine, ground it up, but it was like a convenience thing, and I had saw that you can make pancakes out of it. But when I make the pancakes with just that, she tends to not like them as much. I think she just likes the texture of my oatmeal better. So you live, you learn. You're learning. I'm learning new things every day. That's another goal of mine. Learn a new thing every day. Anyways, added 2 eggs, a little bit of berries. Now with baby-led weaning, I'm not an expert, but because these blueberries are cooked, they're easier to eat, but I still smash them. And if you don't care about that, then, well, just adding the facts in, because I know I'll probably get comments. And I made these really tiny. Why? So she can hold them easily in her hand. It's just so easy for her. And since she was in the kitchen with me this day, I made a whole bunch of pancakes. And here you have like her little plate with like the cooked blueberries. I did smash those after just because it's like a safety thing and just makes it easier. She ate like 4 pancakes. She was in heaven with these. She really likes them. Moving on, I'm just cutting some quick onion and squash. This is our breakfast for the week, so that way we have it on hand. But again, it can be for lunch or dinner too. But I only prep this for breakfast this week, which is an egg bake. I love to do egg bakes. There's some eggs, egg whites, veggies. You have a high protein breakfast that's easy on the go. We can add it to an English muffin. We can add it with some toast. We can have some oatmeal on the side. Just having the protein prepped and ready to go makes mornings so much easier. I usually take out a piece, throw it in a little to-go container. Same with my husband. He'll usually do 2 pieces, and we're good to go. So I prep breakfast twice a week on Sundays and Wednesdays just so we have enough. We go through it. Like I said, we'll usually eat leftovers for lunch or dinner if there's some left over. There's never any like left at the end of the week, so we're not tossing it, if that makes sense, because we will eat through some egg bake. So I don't give this specific egg bake to my baby because I have not introduced onions for her yet. I know she can have everything right now except for honey and there's like one other thing, whole milk, that she's not supposed to drink. There might be 3 things actually, but she can have eggs. I just don't know how I feel about introducing onions because they're a nightshade, just like we just introduced tomatoes. So I'm just doing my own thing. Everybody does their own thing. Same with like when you're breastfeeding, when you're, doing baby-led weaning, or maybe you're not, et cetera, et cetera. So I just put a little olive oil, in a pan, added the squash, the onions, cooked them a little bit just to kind of saute them, get them a little bit tender before I added them to the eggs. I believe I did 6 whole eggs and a carton and a half of egg whites. And then I also prepped some pasta. Now, pasta, you're probably thinking, why are you prepping that ahead? It just saves me. Same with the broccoli, same with the potatoes later in the week. A lot of the potatoes were left over, but we did end up taking them, both my husband and I, with the breakfast, but we had some left over for later in the week to add to another meal as well. So again, it's just like me thinking of my future self when I'm meal planning and what I want to prep ahead. All right, so this day all that you saw was the, I already forgot, the egg bake, the baby-led weaning pancakes. I did some pasta, broccoli, potatoes. Didn't do a whole lot. But here's what I am meal planning for the next week. So the potatoes are actually going in a tofu dish. And honestly, me making the potatoes ahead of time speeds up this dish so much because I can pop it in the air fryer for 4 minutes and be done. It's great. My baby can have broccoli pasta throughout the week. Really easy, simple for her. But I also made those ahead for lunches. I personally have found that for me, because I do a lot of vegetarian proteins, I like those made better fresh than I do if they are made like twice a week. Unless it's like a sausage. We do like the plant-based sausages. I have those on hand. So for lunches this week, I am doing salads with Boca burgers. That doesn't take any prep. I could make the Boca burgers ahead of time, but I won't. Twice this week, we're doing tofu with the potatoes. We're doing just a veggie on the side, probably cauliflower. Throw it in the air fryer for a couple of minutes. We have the egg bake for breakfast. We also have oatmeal and yogurt always on hand. What else am I making this week? Oh, I'm making a potato soup, but again, I'm using those potatoes, and I use the term soup lightly because literally all I'm doing is adding some veggie broth and some plant-based sausages and then calling it a soup. I don't know. It's really good. It's really, really good. The one other dinner I have for this week, because I just do dinners Monday through Friday, I don't worry about weekend dinners, is we do have a couple frozen meals on hand that I want to use up. I wanted to use them up by the end of the year, and we just did not get to it. I have a shepherd's lentil pie on hand that I want to use. I did a bunch of freezer meals. Oh man, I filmed it but never edited it, so I apologize. So I have 2 of those on hand that I want to use up. So I might use 1 or 2 of them this week. So that's it. And Wednesday, I'm not actually meal prepping anything except for another egg bake, and that one will have the exact same ingredients using the other half of the onion and then 2 of the squash. And that's my meal plan for the week. Thank you so much as always for joining me. I had a great time spending time in my kitchen this day, making little pancakes for my baby who was literally eating them when they like cooled down as soon as they came off the stove. This is such a fun time in life. And like I said, I'm trying to be super, super intentional with everything I do this year. So I hope you are too. I will see you soon in a new video. Have an awesome day. Bye.